Next up, a fight between Mark Marouge and Rolando Cespedes. Ari Cespedes coming out of the States to take on a hometown fighter.
He is. I'm real excited to see Cespedes. He's from Vegas. He trains at one of the top gyms there, and I think it's going to be a big test for Marouge.
So coming up, Mark Marouge taking on Rolando Cespedes.
This School of Hard Knocks fight is a professional bout in the 150-pound division and is brought to you by Shaw GMC Tough Trucks. And now, let's meet the fighters.
Coming down to the cage first out of Las Vegas, Nevada, trains with Team Tompkins, is Roland Cespedes as he makes his way down 2-1 as a professional, originally from Cuba, migrated to Florida at the age of 15, now resides in Las Vegas. And Jeremy got into MMA when he said, well, I've seen it on TV, I could do that, it's easy. First day in the gym, discovered not so easy, but like the challenge and stuck around.
Yeah, I can tell you that there are about 100 guys out there this week that are going to join MMA gyms with the specific thought of, I've seen it on TV, I can do this. And they are going to walk into a hornet's nest on a whole bunch of guys that are going to prove that it's not easy. You look at Rolando Cespedes, and he considers himself a technical fighter. He doesn't kind of run into anything. He's got a wrestling background before moving to Las Vegas out of Florida, and now with his training at Vegas, he can use this as to his advantage in that background of wrestling and move forward against a tough opponent, Mark Marouge.
And his opponent.
A familiar opponent for Hard Knocks fans out of independent MMA comes Mark Marouge. Has not fought though since Hard Knocks 7 here in the Hard Knocks Fighting Championship. Said his coaches wanted him to work on some technique, and they feel now that he is ready to get back in the cage. Comes in with a 3-3 professional record.
Yeah, Mark Marouge fought at Hard Knocks 2, Hard Knocks 4, and Hard Knocks 7, and he needed that time. Wasn't as prepared as he could have been for those fights, and didn't have the skill set he needed to be there. He's worked on his stand-up. He's worked at being comfortable in the cage, and thinks that he's now ready to take on a very, very tough opponent.
Now, he did go for a full 3 rounds in his last fight and said he felt really good about it because it showed him what his chin can take. He took a lot of heavy punches in that fight and kept coming forward and was able to absorb that punishment and feels good about what he's able to do in the cage now, and knowing that his body's been tested in that way.
And now, the official Hard Knocks fighter introductions. In the blue corner for the Calgary Roughnecks Lacrosse, think inside the box. He's 2-1 as a professional, 27 years old, and stands 5 feet, 7 inches tall. He weighed in at 153 pounds. Fighting out of Team Tompkins from Las Vegas, Nevada, please welcome Hard Knocks fighter, Rolando Cespedes. And in the red corner for Pete the Plumber, the hero in plumbing. He's 3-3 as a professional, 39 years old, and stands 5 feet, 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 150 pounds. Fighting out of IMMA and Fitness from Calgary, please welcome Hard Knocks fighter, Mark Marouge. This bout will be contested under professional rules. The referee in charge of the Hard Knocks action is Mr. Len Koivisto.
Len Koivisto, the referee for our main event, will get some final instructions.
Good evening, gentlemen. This is a professional contest. Respect the rules, follow my instructions, and above all else, you must actively protect yourself at all times, regardless of the circumstance. If you're going to touch gloves, do it now. Good luck to both you guys.
Mark Marouge coming out of the red corner in the white trunks. Rolando Cespedes coming out of the blue corner in the camouflage trunks. Our main event of the evening here at Hard Knocks 29 is underway as these two fighters touch gloves at the center of the cage and get set to start off our main event.
A big height advantage here for Mark Marouge. You saw when they were standing toe-to-toe. We'll see if he can use that reach to his advantage as he steps in on a kick by Cespedes.
Big hook thrown by Cespedes.
Hook thrown of the crowd.
With a hook thrown from that low, you gotta wonder if he ever drove a bus. Marouge chasing Cespedes across the cage, holding him tight. Now Cespedes trying for the takedown and unable to secure it.
Now working against the cage is Marouge, but eats a few punches for his troubles.
Marouge has Cespedes up against the cage. Spinning elbow there from Cespedes didn't connect, and Marouge now has him up against the cage again.
Yeah, now landing some good shots to the body. Trying to work for a takedown here is Marouge, but needs to drop down or end up in behind.
Marouge continuing to press Cespedes up against the cage. A knee there to the midsection. Trying the single leg. Hometown crowd clearly in the corner of Marouge. And both of them start throwing a little harder once the crowd got into it.
Some pretty vicious knees thrown by Cespedes as well. And
Cespedes ending up on top momentarily. Now has the back of Cespedes. No hooks in though. Marouge quick to his feet. Cespedes spun out, and Marouge now has him up against the cage. Both of these fighters grinding up against the cage surface thus far here in round number one, halfway through our main event first round.
And it's not unexpected. Cespedes mentioned that Marouge was a grinder, and showing that grinding right now, getting more, better of it, but some good inside shots by Cespedes.
A big right hand from Cespedes as he pulls guard and tries the Armin guillotine choke. And Marouge is tapping. This fight is over. Cespedes your winner at 3 minutes and 11 seconds of round number one.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Shaw GMC Tough Trucks Hard Knocks 29 official decision, brought to you by Shaw GMC Tough Trucks. The winner by tap out due to guillotine choke at 3 minutes and 8 seconds in the very first round, in the blue corner, Rolando Cespedes.
Rolando Cespedes 3-1. And he'll have a quick chat with Ryan.
You come up to Canada on 5 days' notice out of Las Vegas, 3 days' notice. You bring a foot of snow with you, and then you come in and you get the win. How good does it feel?
Wow, I can express my feeling right now. I want to thank everybody in Canada. This is my home, second home away from home. Guys, give it up for Mark. He's a tough fighter. Good fighter. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you to my sponsors, Fight Legion, my family, my son, my wife, everybody. Thank you, guys. I'd like to thank my coach, Mika, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. That's why I put this off. My stand-up coach, my brother. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your main event winner, Rolando Cespedes. An arm-in guillotine choke for the win for Rolando Cespedes as he downs Mark Marouche.
Impressive victory by Cespedes. He showed some domination. He was physical with Marouche, and Marouche is a physical guy. So Cespedes has no problem being physical in this weight class. And, nice submission with the guillotine, although I really hate to see guys pull guard. I don't think that that's a high-level, successful technique at a high percentage basis. I think at the UFC, guys that are pulling guard aren't necessarily winning as much as they want to. So great win by Cespedes, but I don't really want to see that submission anymore from him. I'd rather see him dominate and win with submissions that are other than pulling guard.
Okay, well, you heard it from Ari Tobe. Don't pull guard if you want to win fights as often as Rolando Cespedes does. So that's it for this episode of Hard Knocks Fighting TV. Make sure you check us out online, hardknocksfighting.com, at HK Fighting on Twitter, and Hard Knocks Fighting on Facebook. For everyone here at the Hard Knocks Fighting Championship, including Ari Tobe and myself, Ryan Valentine, we want to thank you all for watching.